Good to see you this Wednesday. We've been keeping tabs on the radar for the last several hours as we continue to track lots of heavy rainfall. Kind of a dreary day once again across the triad. Here's a look at the winter radar. You could see for the most part some heavier bands kind of starting to make their way through the area, but we have seen plenty of breaks throughout this afternoon, even a little bit locally heavier at times. That 32-degree line, that freezing line, is mainly to our north, right along the borderline between Virginia and North Carolina. As of right now, I'm not too concerned with the possibility for freezing rain or any sort of type of wintry precip for the majority of us in the triad. However, it's still going to be a very inconvenient day heading into these next several hours. It's going to be very cold and also rainy and maybe even a little bit breezy across our area. Taking a look right now at storm reports over the last 12 hours, you can see right along the North Carolina and Virginia border, we're starting to see some of those reports of freezing rain and even a little bit of wind damage across the area. So let's dive into those a little bit more. Let's head to the city of Woodville, where a tree is down near the intersection of Bob Jessup Road and Mount Herman Road due to the weight of some of that freezing rain forming and freezing on the surface of that and making ice, obviously, and that causes a little bit more weight and can cause issues for trees as well as see some power lines as well as too. So look at Axton right now, tree down, presumably again from the weight of ice accumulation. Again, it is right near the 1000 block of Sandy River Road. The down tree was blocking the entire road. Again, this is right in Southern Virginia here towards Danville just a little bit. We've been keeping tabs on all of these storm reports just in the last 12 hours. And in the last 12 hours, let's kind of zoom out a little bit to take a bigger step back at the amount of storm reports from this system. You notice all the way up here, it's pretty cohesive in the fact that we're seeing lots and lots of snow reports. But as we start to work our way down a little bit more south in this area of mixing, where we see a little bit more of a warm nose into the atmosphere, that's where we're able to see that freezing rain and even a little bit of sleet across the area in portions of southern Virginia and all the way down into portions of northern North Carolina as well. As you can see right here, actually just north of Greensboro, there's a little bit of freezing rain just in the last 12 hours as well. We're kind of hovering just at around freezing, 34 to 35 degrees, so we should be fine. However, to the north, where they're hovering right at around 32 to 31 degrees, that's where you could see a little bit more icing, especially for elevated surfaces like bridges and for overpasses. So winter weather alerts, winter storm warning remains in effect for counties here, Patrick County for us and Allegheny County until tomorrow at 7 a.m. This means that power outages and more tree damage is possible due to that ice, mainly going to stay in that 0.2 to 0.4 inch range for freezing rain across the area. The majority of us, though, mainly just receiving cold rain heading into this afternoon. It is going to start to wrap up, though, into early tomorrow morning. Behind it, dry air is on the way. We're also going to warm up a little bit briefly. Temperatures across the area, as we've been saying, mainly in the mid to upper 30s across the region, 34 in Greensboro and in Reedsville. Notice as you go up to the north and especially in the mountains, mainly in the lower freezing range, 30 in Jefferson, 34 in Wilkesboro, but that freezing line is mainly right here for right now to our north, which is indicative that we are just going to be seeing cold rain these next couple of hours, but certainly is going to be a nasty evening. So our weather impact alert is going to span all the way through this evening. Again, saw a little bit of freezing rain for us earlier, especially to our north, right along the Virginia and North Carolina border. But for now and into tonight and early tomorrow morning, just expect a lot of cold rain across the area. So what you can do at home, again, even if you're on the roads, watch for ponding alongside roads, slick spots, and make sure you have the rain gear ready to go. This has kind of been the timeline throughout this morning and also into tomorrow. So this afternoon, it's just going to be cold rain for all of us, mainly. Again, way to our north, we could see a little bit of a drop in temperatures, but mainly just cold rain at this point in time as temperatures are expected to rise in these next couple of hours, maybe a couple more degrees. Just going to be a wet and cold day overall. Into tomorrow morning, though, we're starting to see the last round of rain. Could even be heavy at times. I wouldn't be surprised if you hear a rumble of thunder very early on in the morning, but I'm not expecting any severe weather with this system, mainly just heavy at times across our area, leading to higher rain amounts. But behind it, into tomorrow afternoon. Sunshine is back on the way. Going to be a little bit breezy into tomorrow afternoon as well, with gusts up to 25 to 30 miles per hour behind this front. Temperatures, though, are also going to start to warm up. So what you can know into these next couple of days until Thursday a.m. Again, cold rain is going to be likely continuing in rounds throughout the night tonight. It's just kind of the day to be spending it indoors. The freezing concern is ending heading into this afternoon and evening. You're still going to want to drive carefully. We've seen a lot of rainfall just in the last 24 hours, over an inch or so, with more on the way, not only into tonight and tomorrow, but also over the weekend. We'll talk more about that in just a moment, but that cold rain is going to continue into early tomorrow morning, with temperatures only in the middle 30s. A quick look here from one of our weather spotters, Dwayne Young. Hanging Rock, you can see the ice here on some of these trees, and that can just cause a lot of damage. Weighing down these trees, as I showed you just earlier in some of our storm reports across the area, it's taken a couple of trees down, even across roads. And you can just imagine what it can do to power lines as well. Right now, Greensboro, we're seeing some drizzle, and we're in the low to middle 30s across the area. Winds out of the northeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour, making it feel like we are in the upper 20s across the region with this cooler air and those breezes. Blowing Rock, though, is below freezing, and you can just see those icicles here from that freezing rain here right along the power lines in Blowing Rock. This right here, we could see lots of slick spots in portions of the mountains. It is not the day to spend driving out and about outside. But of course, we'll continue to give you updates on that as well. Beech Mountain right now, North Carolina, lots and lots of clouds. The rain continues to come down, and it's just a very foggy scene right now in the mountains for our skiers and snowboarders across the area. Again, pretty nice day for snow, but it is going to be a rainy one and also a foggy one up here in the mountains, but we're still around the lower 30s. Temperatures and feels like for us across the Piedmont, low to middle 30s, feeling like 27 here in Greensboro, 36 for temperature wise in Lexington, 36 also there in Asheboro. So this is kind of the overarching system that is kind of pushing through our area the next several hours. Again, that warm nose kind of helping to prevent any of that coming down as freezing rain or sleet or any of that wintry precip. But this cold front is going to start to move into tomorrow morning, and this is going to be the main line of showers and maybe even a storm or two across the area, bringing in windy conditions for tomorrow afternoon. But you see this big H right behind me. This is going to be bringing in the sunshine. I can hear the song right now. You know, here comes the sun. I mean, it's just so nice after these last couple of days of lots and lots of clouds and cold rain, to see sunshine back in the forecast for tomorrow, especially in time for Valentine's Day. So here's a closer look at our feature cast. The next several hours, we're seeing multiple rounds of rain, and heading into the overnight hours, that main line associated with that cold front is going to start to sweep through into early tomorrow morning, and behind it, we're going to be seeing much drier conditions. So out of our hair by around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. And as that front pushes off the coast of North Carolina and moves offshore, high pressure is going to be building in, offering us lots and lots of sunshine heading into Friday afternoon. Let's take another look at a different model here. You'll see into Wednesday evening. We're still going to be hovering in the middle 30s across the area, but that freezing line is well to our north, right along the borderline. Not too much of a concern for us. It's mainly just going to be cold rain, and at this point along the roads, you're just going to want to watch for ponding, and of course keep an eye on those. Keep an eye on ponding for the possibility of hydroplaning across the area. Again, it doesn't take much to do that. So into early tomorrow morning, that very last line of rain starting to make its way through the area, gone by around sunrise, 7 a.m. We're back in the 30s, and we're eventually going to make it back into the 40s and even into the 50s. Upper 50s I currently have for tomorrow. Some models even having us creep all the way to the 60-degree mark. That's going to feel super nice after today. We only made it in the middle 30s. Highest wind gusts today only around 15 to 20 miles per hour, but starting to amp up into tomorrow afternoon following that front. Again, wind gusts across the area, not too shabby for now, but they are going to be amped up into the day tomorrow. Next 12 hours are going to be seeing temperatures kind of fluctuate in the lower and middle 30s across the area. Notice though, we are staying above freezing heading into the night tonight, and following that cold rain across the area, we are slowly going to start to warm up into tomorrow afternoon. So we're going from the 30s back into the lower and middle 50s across the area. The next couple of days kind of back on that roller coaster a bit. Again, AM rain is going to be likely for tomorrow, ending by around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, drying out for tomorrow afternoon. for Thursday. And heading into Friday, we're going to be a little bit cooler, but that's okay because we still have lots and lots of sunshine. As for your weekend plans, though, more rainfall is on the way. And with the rain that we've already received across the region, it could lead to flooding issues. 7-day forecast into tomorrow, again, right at around 60. Valentine's Day, much cooler, but we are drier. Rain chances for Saturday. Could even see a couple of storms by the time we get into Sunday. Drying out, we're in the mid to upper 40s for next week.